Hello there, Mr. Bond. So, I guess we're doing a video about me and Everyman Jack. I guess quick background. Use whatever growing up that my parents afforded. Most of the time it was, so from being from Texas, we have a thing called HEB. Really good stuff. My dad just got the generic HEB brand stuff, whatever. Had that for pretty much the majority of my years. Used, once I got older, kind of used more like name brands like Spice, Old Spice. Yeah, mostly that growing up. Yeah. Went to college, still the same stuff. Wasn't until I met Carolyn that I kind of started switching to Everyman Jack. So with that, it's pretty much how it went was when Carolyn and I were talking, she would always talk about Native. It's clean, it's healthy, you know, her hair has been great, yada, 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 whatever. If you want to learn more about that, go to her video. This is all about me. That's right. Deal with it. So, you know, after that, I was like, you know what? Let's try it. See what happens. See what it does for me and my skin. Because I have naturally oily skin. You can kind of tell, like, on my forehead. Well, it's not really oily at the moment, but well, somewhat. So there was that. Did that. So we tried, I bought Native, like, body wash, and I think that was it, and deodorant. With the deodorant, I like the smell. I got citrus and herbal musk for both of them. Yeah. And with the deodorant, it was too dry. It felt really bad on my armpits. It hurt. And because I'm used to like something that's like, you know, not so dry. I'm more something that has like a little bit more like a, in a weird way, saying like creamy kind of, you know, texture to it. Buttery, creamy, potato, deal with it. She's on the side over here. she's yeah, whatever. So there's that. I'm not into that dry kind of feel. It really hurts my arms, my armpits. It just feels weird. So I just said, no, we're not doing that anymore. And so, and I also tried the body wash. It was nice. It was just, I don't know. It was nice. I can't complain about it. I enjoyed it. But I was just like, meh, I want to try something else. You know, something that's not Native, see what's, you know, out there that will be helpful for me. So I still stuck with the Native deodorant, I think. And I went to a body wash called Method Men. It was nice, don't get me wrong. It was just, there wasn't, it was, for the price there wasn't a whole lot for it. And I felt like I had to buy a new thing like every month for it. And I don't use a lot of body wash. Like, Carolyn knows that. Like, I don't use a lot. I think. No, she doesn't. But she knows I'm pretty sparse about when it comes to, like, because I don't really need a lot. So there was that. And I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, well, let's see what else is out there. And originally, so growing up, I have dandruff. I've always had dry scalp, so I always had dandruff growing up. So my parents had me try this, you know, dandruff shampoo, the generic stuff, or Head and Shoulders, depending on what was in stock at the stores.
I'm gonna cut in real quick. He used basically a prescription strength of the dandruff shampoo, and he would still get such thick, big flakes.
Yeah, it was not great. So there was that. So after doing that, I was looking at everything. I was like, what screams something that I would like to try? And the first thing I saw was Everyman Jack. And I was like, I've never heard of them. And so I kind of looked them up, and I was like, ooh, I like these. So, and they're all like basically smells like off of wood, or like now they have citrus and aged bourbon and stuff like that. So they have other, and they have sea salt. So they have other things, but I liked. So I was like, I'm gonna try the sandalwood, and then there was the
Cedarwood,
cedarwood,
then Crimson Oak, sea salt, and then now sandalwood.
Yeah, so I tried those. I got to liking sandalwood the most out of all the smells. I think it was just because it wasn't too much. It was nice. It was like a good balance of everything. So I was like, ooh, that's perfect. I like it. Let's stick with it. So I did that. And so, but first I went to the deodorant with it, and I liked it because it's that nice buttery kind of feel, and it doesn't hurt my armpits when I use it. Body wash, I went with sandalwood. I think I only did sandalwood because I think at the time they didn't have cedarwood. They might have, I just don't remember.
No, you started out with cedarwood.
Started off with cedarwood, then went to sandalwood.
Yeah, and then he did try the Crimson Oak. Sorry, I know this is his video, but I have a bad memory of some of this. He used the Crimson Oak deodorant for a little bit, but kept using the cedarwood body wash. Then he tried this, I think if I remember correctly, he tried the sea salt deodorant once. And then he's just been on a sandalwood kick lately, and everything he uses is now sandalwood.
There's something about sandalwood that's just really nice. It's nice and subtle. It's not overpowering. Plus, and so I like, just the same smell, not like different smells like what Carolyn has usually. Sometimes it's like cucumber mint body wash, and then like cupcake, deodorant, stuff like that. It's fine for her. To me, I prefer more one scent, just because I want to just feel that, not feel like, why do I smell like Crimson Oak and then sandalwood, something like that. So like that pretty much. And then after looking around, we found out that Everyman Jack started this doing their own dandruff shampoo with natural menthol. So completely natural, nothing harmful, no chemicals. And I think Carolyn can definitely attest this, that's been a lot more helpful for my scalp. Not a lot. I don't think we've ever had a problem with my scalp with flakes or anything. Of course, there's like a very few that pop up, but it's not bad. Like before, when I was just like be scratching my skin, all of a sudden I'm pulling out like a huge like snowflake of a skin out of my...
I remember also when him and I first met, his mom and I both would just reach over and pull out, like we would see sitting there just like a thick chunk of skin, and we would just like be pulling it off of his hair.
Especially after I got a haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but going to the Everyman Jack, it was nice. Of course, I did try other scents. It was... I think it's whatever you want to do, really. It's whatever scent. So, like, I have a sandalwood cologne, I have sandalwood deodorant, sandalwood body wash, some sandalwood shampoo / conditioner. Everything I have pretty much is sandalwood. There's just something about the smell that I like a lot. Of course, I'm looking at other things, seeing what's like, ooh, what does this smell like? I just now even have a sandalwood soap bar for my face to help clean my face with that. I kind of went more towards, everything now I have that's hygiene is pretty much Everyman Jack. And, Carolyn is not mad about it. I think she's happy. At least I'm trying something more natural, something I like, I think it's just, I recommend that, you do go to stuff, it's whatever you want to do. Anything else?
I was going to say, I remember kind of at the beginning of this, we were in the car one day, and he was just telling me how he's thinking that he might want to try going to something that's got more like natural ingredients or like plant-based ingredients rather than stuff with harsh chemicals, because he was pretty sure he has sensitive skin and he'd like to start cutting back. And I'm like, I looked at him like, I can help you. And even when he switched away from native, I'm like, it's not for everyone. You know, everyone's body is different. Everyone's body reacts to things differently. And so I think that's the key here, is just because it works well for one person doesn't mean it's for every person out there in the world.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely helped with my, pardon me. It's definitely helped with my acne as well. I have very less to none.
It's also important to note at the beginning of all this, he had decided to start trying some skincare products. And so he just bought a cheap bottle of like the Clean and Clear stuff. And then he was like never even using it and stuff like that. But then
because there's something, so it was like one of those with like orbs. Like
it was the Morning Burst one.
Yeah, and I did not like the feel of it on my face. It felt really rough, yeah, and it felt like my face was a little bit more, to me it felt like my face was like not wanting to accept it. It just kind of made my face feel worse than what, you know, like my skin and everything. So then going to, because that's when we then went to, what, did I try your native stuff?
For skincare?
Yeah.
No.
Or is
That's when okay, so at the time I was still using my Tula stuff. Native had come out with skincare they hadn't come out with skincare yet at this point, and I was using my Tula stuff. But I also had like a face mask, and so we were trying to mask twice a week together still. So he was wanting to kind of focus on taking care of his skin. And then I think it was shortly before the wedding, we discovered that we were actually finding at stores that Everyman Jack had skincare. And he's like, ooh, I want to try this, which I'm supportive of that. I feel like guys should be doing skincare just as much as girls, you know? It shouldn't just be a girl thing. And so I let him try that, and he's been enjoying it. You know, I've never been against it. And I'm glad he doesn't. Actually, we don't do it as regularly as we should, but we do have like a skincare routine that we do together. Because one thing I think that's not mentioned a lot when it comes to the skincare stuff is, scientifically speaking, it has been discovered that men and women have completely different types of skin. Like, you can look at the makeup of the skin and everything, and there's differences in there. So what works for men
different types of pigments.
Yeah. So what works for men is not going to necessarily work for women, and vice versa. So that's why it's like, you can't necessarily just say it's for everyone. Like, we got different skin type, different skin needs, and you got to find what works for you.
Yeah. So, and then for me, I think Caroline can attest, whenever I grow facial hair, my acne under my chin starts to go out more.
Yeah, it's starting to on this side over here.
Yeah, and it's always on this side. But usually, I put my foot in Dr. Pepper.
There's worse things you could put your foot in.
Yeah, that is true.
Especially with the dog.
Yeah. He's at our neighbors, by the way.
Yeah. I was gonna say, another thing that he tried that he still has is chapstick of Everyman Jack. I don't think he knows where it is, even though I keep giving it to him. Oh, good, you know. I keep handing it to him, and then he keeps disappearing keeps disappearing, and then he's tried Burt's Bees. He's, like, using that now instead of that. I'm like, come on, you got Everyman Jack stuff. Use it.
Well, it came with the free trial kit, so...
No, it didn't. We bought that.
Oh, I thought we...
No, we bought fragrances.
Oh, yeah, because I remember that... I like the one that does not... I like the one that does have a scent. The other one that doesn't...
I think we only know where one of the sticks is, though.
I think they're both over there.
Maybe.
Because I see one right now.
I was going to say, one thing that he is probably going to be trying soon, and I'd actually love to get a video of it, is Everyman Jack has come out with lotion.
Oh, yeah. We found that at H-E-B
yesterday and Walmart today.
Yeah, so it was quite interesting. Of course, sandalwood and cedarwood. I think those were the only two options they had. I don't remember, but gonna try those. I use Gold Bond for men because there's something in it that just it works with my skin more. Other Gold Bond products, no. I mean, yeah, it's not the cleanest of things to use, but it's better than nothing, and it helps with rejuvenate my skin.
Mm-hmm.
So, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm hoping soon we can get him that Everyman Jack and let him try that lotion out, because
see how it works.
I think he'll probably like it. In all honesty.
It just depends on how well it works.
And if he could grow a beard, he'd be buying the beard kit. But he can't grow a beard, so.
I can grow stubble.
And it hurts me.
You're welcome. But yeah, I can't think of anything else. I mean, mine's not very extravagant as Carolyn's with her whole process of everything.
Mine's kind of been a lifelong process.
Yeah. Mine was more of, we met in college, like we were in college. I tried it. Ta-da!
Yeah, his is definitely a lot less than mine, but I think it'd be nice just to have variety. If one of the brands that we use comes out with like a new product, do like a review video or kind of like initial reactions, just because, you know, a lot of people use those videos to go towards whether or not they actually want to try it or not, you know?
Also, Everyman Jack, please sponsor me. I really want your stuff. They're not going to see this video, but I can at least beg.
True.
Yeah. Tag them. Tag them on Instagram. Actually do it. See what they say.
You know you have access to that Instagram account too, right?
Oh, yeah.
See what I married?
Listen, I'm tired. My memory's poop. My memory's just poop. There's things I do remember, but things I don't.
Yeah, we actually sat here trying to come up with an outline for him to use, and after a while of him just like being random and goofy, I'm like, okay, how about we just have you sit here? Maybe you can start remembering everything as you go.
I did pretty good.
Yeah. For me, it's like it's easier to have a full-on outline and a plan. Because
she wanted like a whole-on script ready.
Not a script.
Okay, outline of a paper ready.
For me, it was easier with my native videos to have outlines, because then I can at least go along those and try to keep to plan and make it shorter and not as long and drawn out. Stop mimicking me.
Stop mimicking me.
Shut up.
Shut down. She married me for some weird reason.
If you guys are curious, he hasn't had his meds in a few days.
Shush.
And now you know what I live with.
Well, usually when I'm in my own world, I'm pretty calm. I am. Only when I'm like doing stuff, you know, like I want to do, like watch a YouTube video or play on my phone or whatever, then I'm not bothering her and she's just like, okay.
Yeah.
So.
But no, we're definitely going to be doing more like views on like reviews and stuff like that. Initial tries of different products, maybe. Because I feel like those are pretty popular. Plus, I like sharing what I try and my opinions of products.
Yeah.
I do like that he did switch products, just because in a way it does actually help me in my skin. So.
With that, goodbye.
You do know how to end the video, right?
Yeah. Hit the like button. Subscribe to us if you're new. Hit that post notification bell. Yes. And see you next time. Goodbye.